Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We have some Bank for International Settlements news today. We have some Bitcoin news today. We have some XRP. Did you see what gold has done? Didn't I call? I told you. Oh, man, I love gold. But let's begin here with this article from the Bank for International Settlements. You know, that's one of our banks. Listen, they have a great relationship with Ripple and XRP and the XRPL. We've been in numerous contests with them. We've written some, I believe not written, but we've done some experiments with them. They obviously know about our CBDC platform, but also never forget Stellar, XLM Stellar. The Bank for International Settlements has their green bonds on Stellar. Wait, there's more. Also, let's connect the dots of, and I don't know why people write this off or write them out. I almost knocked my computer over. But remember, for like the first few months of the year when Ripple was going hard in the paint, talking about how they wanted to go after real world asset tokenization, RWA. And so the Bank for International Settlements is talking about the same thing, saying, hey, we want to do that also. But listen, it really doesn't matter to me, who they use more heavily, whether it's XRPL or Stellar. Either way, I win. Like, I'm a supporter of both. You should know that by now. But they're all heading that way with RWA, tokenization of real world assets. That's why Stellar has made that, an obligation. Clearly, they made that an obligation. You see that through their interactions with the Bank for International Settlements, with their green bond. You see that with Wisdom Tree. You see that with Franklin Templeton, right? Okay, they made that clear. Ripple has made that clear also. They're going after that. They just, listen, I'm more about a company putting in work rather than them talking. I don't need you to talk a lot. Tell me something once or twice. Maybe you get it out there 3 times. That's not for people like me, though. But I need you to get to work. Ripple said what they said. They don't have to keep repeating it. Now they're laying the foundation to go after real world assets, bring that in on top of the bank money, the interbank payments, loosening up Nostro, all these things. We have so many advantages over the legacy system, but we'll just read this little tidbit here. I don't want to make this video a little too long. I have to go to an event tonight, so I'm not sure, folks, if how much I'll be in the comment section. I've been real busy lately. My apologies, but I've tried my best. Now, it begins here. Tokenization is gaining momentum on the global stage. And with commercial applications, the Bank for International Settlements announced Wednesday that it is working in tandem with 7 central banks, including the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, to test tokenization in a bid to improve cross-border payments. In addition, Project Agora is the initiative. No, I said it like that, so now you can look it up if you haven't already. All right. I don't want you to think like, why is Alfani pronouncing things like that? Is something wrong with him? Some people might say something's wrong with me because I stand my ground so firm. No, I say that's something right with me. All right. Anyway, let's keep on going here. It says, including the Federal Reserve Bank of New York to test tokenization in a bid to improve cross-border payments. So you see how they continue to talk like this? You see how like even Swift continues to try to experiment and come up with something. They're cooking up something. Who knows what it's going to be? I do know it's going to fail, in my humble opinion. They just don't have it. They don't have that global reach, that global acceptance. I know what you're saying. They're the big dogs. No, they're the little dogs because the world hates the West right now. They hate the system, not the West as a whole, but they hate the systems. And that's your limitation. That is their limitation. Guess what? They still have to interact with the rest of the world. Guess who can connect everything together? XRP, XLM, Algorand, Quant, Flare. Like, come on now, we have this. This is our thing. This is our thing. Just manual. This is our thing here. So it says here, which has 400 members from 60 countries per its website. Yeah, and I keep in mind that BRICS Nation already had like 7 or 8 countries. They say that there's either somewhere between 26 to 30 countries joining them. That's a whole lot of countries on the table, folks. That's a whole lot of countries stuck in the middle that need to be connected. So I keep that in mind, right? There's money there. I keep that in mind. We'll see how it all plays out. It says the combined efforts will explore how tokenized commercial bank deposits might work with tokenized wholesale central bank money across a public-private programmable, quote, core financial platform, unquote, the announcement said. Now, when they say core financial platforms, one thing I keep in mind from what I've seen, and I think everybody has observed this, whenever they come up with these things, it's never what it appears to be. It's always how can I say it? An amalgamation, right? Amalgamation of different fintech offerings. Look at FedNow. What did they do? That's not really one platform. They said, hey, everybody, connect to us, connect to them. So then what? So then that the services can reach every single bank that has a customized service. So it's really not one platform. Same thing here. The Bank for International Settlements has worked with Ripple. They work with R3. They work with Stellar, a bevy of blockchain companies, even companies I don't even cover. I believe, did they work with Zenfin also? Or was that another central bank? I can't remember. But anyway, what they'll do, they'll sit at the top. They'll have like a skeleton structure. Now, the meat, the bones, the flow system, everything like that will be provided by fintechs, in my humble opinion. This is why, once again, if that was the case, they wouldn't be doing business with Stellar right now. I want to make that clear. They have their green bonds on Stellar. Banks can easily switch. We've seen that happen before. And so I think it'll be a multitude of different systems connecting under one mother system. That's going to be their skeleton system. It's not really going to do much. They just want to be in charge. And they said that in documents also. They said, hey, we just want to run things and we're going to let the fintechs, the private industry, the private sector, we're going to let you do what it is that you specialize in. And they've been pushing that everywhere. They pushed that with the IMF. They pushed that with the Fed in the United States. In a multitude of documents that anybody can read. So this will be, we'll see who's going to participate. I think it'll be like their version of FedNow. So once again, I expect the bank coins in the future, of course, and this is not a guarantee. It's not like I work for the bank coin companies or I know somebody who's an insider. I don't. I'm just going by, once again, what I've seen. And I think that, this will be an amalgamation. I think they all will get a chance to play. So, and that's the only way I think they make this work. You know, there's a lot of countries that are not going to want to be a part of that system, but all countries, because of how the world works, are going to have to interact in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so I took longer than I expected on that article. So now let's go here. I want to get to the next article. You know, I know a lot of you are going to go read that article anyway on your own. So, okay. Now we have a bullish XRP prediction from, this is what they're calling another Bitcoin analyst. All right. So this is a person who is a Bitcoin elitist or a maximalist, I suppose. But they're talking about XRP. And I raised the question once again, why do they continuously talk about XRP? And they're very bullish on it. What do they know? What do they know up there, at these, at these elitist levels that are making them all say, now, before we heard $2 to $3, we heard $3 to $5. We heard some people say $2 to $5. That's coming from Bitcoin maximalists and elitists, according to the articles, of course. Now, this person is saying XRP in the future could go to $6. That's what he's saying. It says Bitcoin analyst says XRP could skyrocket 859% to $6. Now, wait a minute. Now, after the case and, we get some banks moving, we get some super bullish news. Sure, I can see that happening. I think you're going to see a hell of a lot of volatility, $2 to $3. Well, you're going to be honest. And really, if we're being real raw and honest, once it gets close to $1, expect a dip. It's going to be a multitude of profit taking. People have no love for cryptos. It's not just XRP anymore. They have no loyalty or love to cryptos. They just want to make money. I'm telling you. So, some people will fool you. I love this crypto. I love what it stands for. I love and I want to save the world. And the whole minute they're fattening their pockets the whole time. That stuff doesn't fool me. So I expect massive volatility whenever it starts going up. And people don't trust a lot of the mainstream cryptos anymore because they know that the prices can tank fast, dramatically. So they want to get their money out of there quick. Remember, there's a great time of suffering in the world. I say we've been in a depression. I've been saying that for about a year and a half. And go check those videos. And I still stand firm on that, So that's going to make people take profit faster. They're going to take more profit, and their loyalty is to themselves, not to any idea, to themselves. So anyway, that's how I look at it. To each his own. If you think differently, so be it. Okay. But it says here, wait, there's like an ad blocking the whole article. How I'm supposed to read this. But it says, so an analyst, a prominent Bitcoin analyst. I don't know if it's pronounced Mikey Bull or Mickey Bull. Like usually MIK is Mick, right? That's how my family, my friends call me Mick. So I'm going to say Mickey Bull. Was it Mickey Bull? Anyway, it says has proclaimed that XRP is set for a potential 8-fold increase to $6. It says specifically the analysts observed the breakout through XRP's pattern since the 2021 bull season. See, now this is another individual going by patterns, and to each his own. Maybe they see something. They may have a point here, but I just don't go by that. It says the analyst believes the downtrend is over, having spotted a breakout from the established symmetrical pattern. I don't know what XRP is doing right now. Let me just put that out there. I haven't had time to check the charts. I've been working my tail off. I've been super busy. So, I'm just doing the best that I can. It says he asserted that XRP closing above the observed point would set the stage for an 859% surge to $6. And once again, that's another good thing about being a long-term real believer in things like quant, XRP, whatever it is, gold. I don't have to check gold all the time because I'm a long-term holder of it. I just check the charts every once in a while. I'm waiting on catalysts. I'm watching the news, not the price, the news and the articles I see every day. I'm constantly swiping, no matter where I'm at. I could drive somewhere. Before I get out the car, I'm reading a couple of articles. That's just my way, right? So I'm up on the news. I don't always check the price. It says, accordingly, the analysts voiced confidence that this cycle's altcoin season would be unprecedented. I think the same. And it hasn't popped off yet. No. Not in my humble opinion, but I agree with that. Yeah, I like this. Why don't we hear more from this person? Why isn't there more articles written about these kind of individuals? I want some more bullish news like this. All right? He listed XRP alongside 5 other digital assets he believes are on track for astonishing performance soon. What are those? Come on now. What? They left us with a cliffhanger. How do you do that? What? This is an article. Where's the 5? So you got XRP. I'm going to assume Solana should be in there. If XRP goes up, XLM will go up. So maybe XLM is. They never tell you what the 5 are. What is this? Hey, get on that. Who's the article writer here? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Abdul Wahab. I'm on you. Put the 5. Don't leave us with a cliffhanger. Come on now. All right. So now, here we go. Oh, it's getting started. That pullback, you had that nice pullback. And the article's been saying people are stacking up. There's massive selling going on, but there's massive buying. That's what the articles say. I don't know. You check the data for yourself. Always double check. I like to get a second and third opinion, but that's what the articles say. And now you're starting to get this bullish news again. So that rubber band gets pulled back and then it lets go. Boom. How high it will go, who knows? But we have a bullish XRP article here. This article is titled Analyst Raises $500,000 Bitcoin Price Projection for 2025. Wow, 500,000. If Bitcoin goes to 500,000, man, everything else is going to go nuts. Everything else that's legit is going nuts. And did I read correctly? There was an article saying that the SEC is now asking for comments on ETH, or ETH products. That's interesting. Like they're so strange at the SEC. It's like they're confused or conflicted. Maybe there's conflicting money going behind the scenes, pushing back and forth. I'm just putting it out there. I don't put anything past them, but just my humble opinion. So the article says this: as the Bitcoin price sees a pullback from all-time records set in the middle of last month, crypto analysts are pointing to previous market cycles to note that the latest price action could be a brief consolidation ahead of a breakout in the near future. I agree with that. I think that's an easy call. I think that's a real easy call. Quote, this is a way to wipe out as much retail investors. Ooh, this person's telling the truth. They didn't waste any time. You know why? Haven't I said this? I've said this. I'm telling you, anybody who's in the know, they know what's happening. The institutions want that dominant position, and they all haven't gotten in yet. Some have, not all of them. So they make way for each other. They will tank that price through many different methods, whether it's them themselves selling, whether it's proxies selling, whether they FUD the people, and they're good at doing that and bring everything down. So yeah, they're wiping definitely. And you've seen articles like I have about long-term holders selling. It says wipe out as much retail investors as possible and drive as much of them out as possible. I agree with that as well. What can you do? There's nothing anybody can do. This is because what comes next is going to be phenomenal. I like how this person talks. Yeah. What's going on today? There's some good articles today. There's some good energy today. Yeah. It says going to be phenomenal, unquote. I believe that as well. Of course, there's no guarantees in anything in life. This is not a guarantee, of course, but I feel strongly about that as well. It says crypto market analyst George Tung said in the video above. Says perspective. Tung added that the fourth ever Bitcoin halving event scheduled to occur later this month offers another reason to anticipate significant Bitcoin price gains. And that's why I was saying it as well. So I was reading articles where there's other institutions that at first they held back off of Bitcoin. Now they want in, right? So I would think that a lot of the FUD and a lot of the selling has to do with bringing that price down, let them get in a little bit, position themselves before everything goes nuclear. If that indeed happens, and they want in and they're getting position. It's just my humble opinion. I could be wrong. It says a reason to anticipate significant Bitcoin price gains, even as the assets recede from its all-time high mark. It says, quote, we may not stop until we hit $500,000 by the end of 2025, unquote. So listen. I'm going to stick with $100,000. You know, if it goes north of that, I'm all for it. I want it to go higher than $100,000. But I'm going to stick with $100,000 and we'll go from there one step at a time, in my humble opinion. And if it does that, listen, watch out. The altcoins will go insane. So now let's end off here with a little bit of gold news. OK, all right. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to put the auto captions in. The auto captions, like I said, I don't do those manually. The program I use does it for me. It takes a long time to do those auto captions. Now in the future, that's a new offering for the program that I use. So they haven't perfected it just yet. But I'm assuming once they do, maybe it'll be a little bit quicker. But for now, it takes a long time. And like I said, I have to go to an event in a little while. So I may not have time to do that. So tomorrow, I'll be able to put the auto captions back in the video if I can't do it today. And also, if I don't get an opportunity to put in the champion of the day picture today, I'll be able to do it tomorrow as well. OK, just bear with me. I gotta do some running around. I got some business to handle. So now. And you all know I love you. All right. This article we're going to end off with is titled Gold, Silver, and Platinum Forecast. Gold climbs towards $2,300. We called it again. It says here, gold tested new highs as a rally continued. U.S. dollars pullback and fear of missing out were the key drivers for the move. Gold is overbought. But wait, what? Why would you say that? See, I don't like that. They said fear of missing out. Wait, you don't think that all of those articles that came out the last month about how bad the banking system is and about all those banks that were going to possibly collapse, you don't think that that was a catalyst for people to pull some capital out of the banks and put it into gold to protect their capital? That's not a catalyst. I think it is. I don't believe in coincidences. So gold is going super high. At the same time, that news has been just pervading the public for an entire month. Then on top of that, everybody who's in the know knows that commercial real estate is connected to the banks and them going down. And they've been writing tons of articles about that. You don't think that's a catalyst to protect one's value? listen, I got to disagree. Like yeah, maybe there is fear of missing out, but there's also fear of having unprotected capital with the banks. It says gold is overbought. All right, you have an argument there, but every pullback is quickly bought. There's a reason for that. You think it's just simply fear of missing out? All right, to each his own. It says it's quickly bought as demand stays strong. The market sentiment is extremely bullish and gold is ready to test the $2,300 level. Then, of course, silver, sweet silver, the ultra suppressed silver, but I love silver. Silver tested multi-year highs as gold-silver ratio declined towards the 85 level. Finally, silver managed to get out the wide trading range and is ready to test new highs. A move from $26.95 will open the way to the test of the $28 level. And we're not going to cover platinum today because I just don't have time. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.